Good morning, gentlefolk, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 with me, your honorable host, Screamy. Hopefully my voice will sound okay today. I've just been to the dentist. I no longer possess a jagged crevasse in my mouth, but on the other hand, my upper lip is a bit desensitized and tingly and things. But enough about that. Today we're going to get the essentially most essential piece of Mildred's equipment. We've gotten a pretty nice outfit for her. I'm going to keep rocking this as long as I can, but we're missing the cleaver, and to get that we have to go into this little cave, backtracking towards the starting area, but not quite, heading a little bit more to the right, into more ruins and tangled tree roots. And this little opening here, up behind this corner, and there's some guy with a blue sword over there. Let's give him a wave, shall we?
Have you business with me? The way you're under is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now.
I like Bernard.
See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real live person was turned to stone, do you?
Well, we know for a fact that's the case. And we're going to remedy this with one of our many not petrified, fragrant branches of jaw, they are called. Hello. I just love those guys. They bug out like hell when they're dead. And unless you've missed that, I find that hilarious. I'm very entertained. Apart from that, they look quite disgusting. I mean, what's up with those bloated bellies? What's up with that statue, It's my least favorite NPC! Hello! Hello!
Thank you.
Yeah, get it all out, come on.
I've been petrified. Hard to speak.
Yes, you're very convincing. Oh, God.
Give me a moment, please.
I've given you 2.
I'm fine. I think...
Sure you are, darling, sure you are.
No. I'm fine. Really, I am.
Then stop talking about it.
My name is Rosabeth. Thank you so much for rescuing me.
Whimpering.
Oh. You're that traveller.
Yay!
I still haven't thanked you.
Yes, you have.
Well, I'm quite a hand at pyromancy, so perhaps you could consider this my thanks.
A useless bauble, thank you.
I was attacked and turned to stone, I think. I owe you my life. If you had not come... Oh, I feel shameful wearing these rags.
Yes, worry about your wardrobe.
I hate to burden you further, as you've already saved my life, but just look at me. My clothes are in tatters.
I'm honestly considering murdering her.
Do
Just
you
a
have
little
any
bit.
clothing that you could spare?
Just a little bit of murder.
I'll take anything, whatever you don't need. I'm not particular when it comes to apparel.
Murder. Considering.
Anything at all will do.
Considering.
Just put it on the ground, and I'll change into it later.
Considering. Ooh. Kill or don't kill. Kill or don't kill. Kill or don't kill. Ah, fine. She lives. For now! Give her page clothes. Yes. When you give her clothes, he moves to Medulla, and there you can buy pyromancy magics from her, and also reinforce your pyromancy flame with the fire seeds you pick up here and there. Now,
Thank you so... After I change into this, I'm heading for Majula. I'm not sure where I might find the Lord,
no man's wharf.
but perhaps Majula is my best chance.
No man's wharf. There. Let's get away from her, far away from her, as soon as possible. And speak to Bernie.
What? Clearing the way was you doing, was it? Didn't think you had it in you, pal. No. That's not like it sounds, no. It was a pleasant surprise, that's all.
I'm surprisingly competent.
Name's Ben Hart. Thanks to you, I can resume my journey. If we share the same path, I'm sure that we are going to meet again. I'll repay my debt to you in battle. I swear it. By my sword. The road ahead's going to be long, but I'm here to help.
I do like Bernard.
I am in your debt. It's a true man who honours his debts, and I'll see mine paid. I swear it by my ancient sword.
It's very, very blue. Yay! Gesture! We do like gestures. We do like gestures. Sweet! Alright, let's fight something. Something that's been... It's been terribly lacking in bloodshed, this episode of ours. Come on, gentlefolk! Hello! Missed the first blow. That was disheartening. Not a single blow landed. Ah, such a wonderful weapon. Such a wonderful weapon. Estus Flask. Wonderful. We only have 7 of those. That's not nearly enough. And a bonfire. If you rest at a bonfire, but then that door will close and you will have to open it with a switch. Which will unleash monsters upon you. To save time, we're not doing any of that. I'm just jumping over here to get, I think, human effigies. You can never have too many of those. Go away! Sod. Yes, said effigy. I do like effigies. Alright, onward. To the horrible misty forest. Or mists. And horror. And forestry. Shaded woods. Yeah, that's nice. Dreary place. Truly. Look over how ugly these are. Stop being ugly. Stop being ugly. Thanks to the devil we have this kitchen knife of ours. Stop being ugly. Stop being ugly. Flinging rocks at me? How dare you, sir? Yes, I will get you. Mark my word! Hey guys! That's a fun attack. If you manage to play with it, they fly quite a bit. That's not very skilled of me. There we go. And death to you. Making nice and fast progress here. I never look properly at this place. Oh, it's King's Castle, I believe. It's a funny lad up there. I'll introduce you to him. Quite the joker. Quite the joker indeed. Bonfire! Now, do we need anything from the sides? Nah. Now we don't. Now we don't. To the left we have the Royal Castle. To the center we have the Keep of Aldia. And to the right we have the path we're going on, leading to the Last Soul. And there's a fellow you might recognize.
Just wait, you dirty rat.
So many friends this episode.
I remember you.
Oh, thank you, Craydon.
Don't you scare me like that. I thought you were him. That bastard with the ring lives in Brightstone Cove down the way. I'm gonna find him and settle the score. Nobody insults me like that.
I do like Kraden.
For the good of the world and for my own honour, I won't let that bastard live another day.
He's talking about Pate, of course.
For the good.
Yes. Ah, nice. I don't know if I mentioned, but I've actually made a cosplay character of Kraden. Character's called Kraden. I'm using his armor set. I've got his axe, and I've got the agape ring. So I'm not getting any more experience. So the equipment will never become outdated, and I'm just going to hunt down and kill other players. It's going to be a blast. And our last friend for today. Possibly.
Leave me be. I like it quiet. Leave me be.
If you're unsure, I'm talking to the head in the red helmets.
What business have you here, traveller? You may call me Vengal, if I deserve a name in this sorry state.
Of course you do, Venji.
'Tis rare to flap these gums. This is pleasant. Long ago, I was hired to defend the kingdom. I remember a long, brutal fight, and then somebody killed me. So I thought.
Well, you're kind of correct.
I came to and found myself like this.
For information, he's not buried.
I don't know what explains it, but it's not so bad.
He's
Really?
not buried, he's actually decapitated. That's his head.
I watch the days go by and gaze at the night sky, thinking of the finer things, far removed from war.
He's a charmer, isn't he?
I'd grown weary of battle, but did not realize it until now. I know not what brings you on this journey. You may bear a great burden, don't we all? I prefer to stay my distance, but I want to warn you of something. I see visions, my body, headless, raging without me. My body wielding my sword, a sword forged only to kill.
Only, unlike the other swords.
My body will show no mercy. If you see the wretched thing, stay far away. I learn new things every day. Things never learned in battle. And, thanks to you, I've recalled the joy of conversation. If I can help you, if you require something, do speak up.
And don't suggest he gives you head. That's bad taste. Decapitate gesture. Another greatsword. We could, in theory, in the future, wield two of them at the same time. I don't know about you, but I think that would be hilarious.
I cannot lie. Sometimes I wonder what's become of the kingdom. I was a hired hand, yes, but we soldiers stared death in the eye together. And for His Highness, I am afraid. But perhaps it's for the best. We knew not what we fought for. I was born in Feroza, a land in the distant east. When I was born, we were already mired in prolonged conflict with our neighbours. Eventually, our kingdom fell. Our people scattered. I've been a sellsword ever since. All I ever knew was war. And I can imagine no other way to live. What a fool I was. I am grateful for these peaceful days, but such contentment lies only in the here and now. Why must life be so confounding? Thank you for lending an ear to my ramblings. Here, take these. I've no use for them.
It annoys me that they refer to them in multiples. It implies that you were supposed to get more items
Resume
from
your
him.
journey.
It's not the first time that happens.
Farewell. I will retire.
Anyway, what we got from him was Vengal's helm. It's actually really useful, really powerful, but it's not for us. We are Maneater Mildred, the cannibal chef of legend. This forest is a little bit annoying. It can be quite a nightmare. see, there are enemies in these woods that are nigh invisible. Not only because of the fogs, they are genuinely... Ah, there's one! Luckily, we have an incredibly large sweeping weapon today. Otherwise, oof. I've had some bad times with those. I have indeed. Ah, this is what we want. No one coming on the path there. It's hard to see. Ring +1. Let's turn on. Well, let's sweep there. Nice. Ring +1. Now with even more stamina regeneration. Wonderful. Hello, Mr. Tree. Hello. Yeah, they're kind of weird. This entire area is kind of weird. Yes, I think this is the bridge we saw in the distance. Might be. It's hard to be sure. Like I've mentioned, they did not organize the architecture of the levels very well. Things seem to have sort of ended up where they did, without much context, care or bother given. Still, that's a fairly nice place, isn't it? Down a path here. Another chest. Can't have too many bolts. Or maybe you can. Nah, they're weightless. Everything's weightless in this game. I like things that are weightless. Alright. We've had a lot of giggling. That's the curse pots that we saw in Huntsman's Copse. They will slowly kill you if you get close. Those enemies can be tough as hell, if you are not manning to milk them. Normally their one weakness is that they're really slow and vulnerable to backstabs. But when you're Mildred, everything is a weakness, and everyone is weak. Except her. She's strong. Look at her. Mighty girl. Jump into a tree, pick up a butterfly. You can never have too many butterflies. Yes. Into this horrible little building off the side. Alright. When you go in here, immediately crush that one. Quickly roll to the stairs. You see, there's one curse pot up on that floor. Can't break it from down here if you feel like it. It's not important, but you can do it. And there's one on the bottom floor. So if you stand on the middle floor for any stretch of time, you're getting cursed by 3 pots, and your cursometer will increase very, very swiftly, causing you to die and lose life very, very quickly. Hello! Ah, let's see here. A shard, chunks, and boltstone. Largely superfluous. But why not? I mean, nothing carries any weight here. A dark scythe! Not very useful at all. This fine fellow is called Tark. Unfortunately, he doesn't speak human, but we'll get a ring later that will counter that. This lad is a bit special. I wonder if I have the... oh, I'm gonna have a... take a little peek, take a little look. We do have the gold serpent ring. He drops a very rare item. Possibly. It's a very low chance of him dropping it, but he can drop a truly unique item set that only he drops. And if I can, I would like that item. But alas, it is like usual. How many? I have 3 fragrant branches. I might as well unstone this gentleman. Yes. Come on then. Yes, and now I have to fight him. Still a better NPC than Rosabeth. Ha! Right, have a little stone building to the right here. Hello, Samuel. Die. Brave warrior soul and twilight herb. Not like any vampire. Don't worry, you can eat them. They restore spell uses. And if you're a caster, they're hilariously useful. You're gonna have to jump here. I hate jumping. Get to this metal chest here. And the Black Knight Albert. That's a very impressive item. Very impressive indeed. It has some absurd requirements, though. If I remember correctly. Where is it? Am I blind? Why am I blind? Who told me I could be blind? There it is. Oh yes. It requires 26 in dexterity. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was worse. Ah yes, but it scales with fire. That is the lowest of you. The highest of your faith or intelligence. No wait, your total accumulated. Yes. So you will want to invest not only in dexterity but also in those two. Keep that in mind. I thought the requirements were far worse. This gentleman just has to die. I'm terribly sorry, but I need you rather badly to die. Sorry. Oh, we're closing in on the end of the recording. See if we can clear out this area and then close this up, and we should be ready for the boss next turn. Yes, that would be wonderful. Need to go over here. Always faster to just roll into the curse spots. Don't bother hitting them, it's a waste of time. Petrified Dragon Bone, that's wonderful. We need so many of those. You see, when we finally find the legendary smith that can get us the cleaver, it will be pretty much useless. And we'll need a lot of upgrading in order to be actually useful as a weapon. Yes, you can't hit me, you're too slow. Just to you. And another dragon bone. Wonderful. There's one on the other side, if you're wondering why it's still increasing. There, fling your face at it, Mildred. That's a good girl. Another lockstone, we should have about 1,000,000 now and never have to bother about it again. Which is a bit of a shame. There's some good ways of collecting lockstones, but there's really no use for them. You can use them in the Grave of Saints as well as the Guillaume Caves to make hunting other players easier in the Rat Covenant. But what is the reward from fighting the Rat Covenant? It's lockstones! So essentially spending lockstones you don't need to get lockstones you don't need. The entire Covenant is a bit of a... The rewards are okay. You get silky stones. First the small variety and then the large variety. There are 3 levels. Third level is a rather useless ring. So the entire Covenant is pretty bad. But that's a fun and kind of interesting excuse to murder people and way to murder people. I mean, that's not too bad. Yes, you use a fragrant branch of jaw to get in here, and then you get another one. So, if you have a fragrant branch of jaw, always unpetrify him. If you want a reward, that is, because it doesn't cost you a single thing. And the armor you get is very useful, actually. Mostly for casters. It's the only... It's an armor set that increases casting speed. I'm not certain, but I think it's the only set where the trousers and the shirt trousers and the arms have an add-on effect, i.e. casting speed. Plus the elemental defense of it is very useful. Homing soul mass. Oh yeah, they warned me the sword is falling apart. Can't have that happening, can we now? Not when we have the tenderizer that we haven't seen in a long time.
Ah, look how far this undead has wandered.
So many friends this episode.
And a very fit undead you are.
Thanks, Grandad.
A bit too alive,
Hey.
but with a darkish shadow. Yet still unprepared for a deeper dark. And like every undead, you have no future.
I do too.
Oh my, don't mind me. I'm just talking amongst myself. But if you find a need for a truer dark, then meet again. We shall.
Goth Grandad.
The dark is still nascent within you. May the dark shine your way.
I like Grandad. Grandad is charming. So charming. Alright, careful here. If you just run out in the middle, you will be surrounded by 4 of these lovely creatures. And although they're not highly dangerous, if all 3 or 4 of them decide to use their stone breath, they will turn you into twinkling titanite. No, not twinkling titanite. They will turn you into stone really rather quickly, and that is an insta kill that lowers your max health quite a lot. It's an insta kill that curses you badly. This is the key we got from that petrified person, and this is the legendary smith we wanted.
Thank you for helping me.
Yes, hard to believe, isn't it?
I am Ornifex.
Hello,
I owe
but
you some form of thanks, but have nothing for you at the moment. If it would not trouble you, could you visit my abode just down the way?
like Ornifex.
Thank you, kind traveler. I believe that I can be of assistance if you would visit me at my home.
Yeah, but she can't do anything here for us. But we'll visit her later, and she'll make us the cleaver. The wonderful, wonderful cleaver of Oz. No, not of Oz. Ah, but now my weapon is falling apart. There's an obstructed pot. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, our weapon is falling apart, and we're over the 20-minute mark, I believe. It's been a long episode. Well, I've got some days to compensate for, so that's quite alright. I'll see you next time, and we can make further progress towards the lovely cleaver